Morning, friends. It is Thursday of Holy Week, and today our reading was from Mark 14. And here we have Jesus instituting the Lord's Supper, where he gathers with his closest disciples and takes bread and wine, celebrating Passover likely. But he himself is the Lamb. He himself is the one who would lay down his own life, and that his body and his blood were given for sinners so that they may be made right with God. But we're not going to get into the details of the Lord's Supper. I just wanted to point out a couple things. When they are finished at supper, they leave and they sing a hymn. And Jesus says something to them in verse 27. You will all fall away, for it is written, I will strike the shepherd, and the sheep will be scattered. So they have this meal. They're singing songs, headed out to the Mount of Olives, where Jesus is going to spend time in prayer in Gethsemane. And he just tells them, you're going to fall. Of course, Peter denies with certainty, not me. And Jesus, of course, says, yeah, you too. We know that they all do when Jesus is arrested and betrayed. In verse 50, it says, and they all left him and fled. Every one of them flees in Jesus's moment of arrest. And we have this wild verse in Mark, unique to his gospel. And a young man followed him with nothing but a linen cloth about his body, and they seized him. But he left the linen cloth and ran away naked. It is such a graphic picture of this man. It could be Mark. We don't know who it is exactly. Probably grabbed by the soldiers. He's going to follow Jesus. Gets taken. And he's kind of wrestling or whatever is happening there, and he runs away, and the garment comes off him, and he flees away naked, running. And again, I'm just reminded of my own frailty in following Jesus, running at times away from him, the wrong direction. And this just reminds me of Jesus's great love for us. Here we have his close disciples. In their weakness, in their frailty, they run away. And then we just have the beautiful picture of Jesus's great love for them, telling them, you're going to run, I'm going to rise again. We see later how Jesus restores Peter in John. At the end of John, Peter denies him 3 times. Jesus comes to him 3 times with a question in restoration. And how in the moment of our great weakness, of our great sin, in the moment of Jesus's crucifixion, the peak moment in his life, we run, we flee in shame, and Jesus in love lays down his life for his friends and meets us right where we're at. And so may that encourage you. Jesus loves you. See ya.